you the NBA. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. David Aldridge joins us from the sideline. And now the Lakers starting group. LeBron and Davis, the incredible forward pair. Russell Westbrook out there with Kent Bazemore. And it's Howard in at the 5 down low. And for Brooklyn, Durant is out there with Harris. Then it's Harden. Then it's Kyrie Irving. And it's Jordan in at the 5. Some veterans on these teams, Clark. What are you looking for and how that will impact the game?
Well, I think both of these teams have a really solid roster. And I love the blend of experience and youth. When you have NBA experience on the floor, there's just a level of play that you see at the defensive end that makes it enjoyable for me. So I think that's what we'll see tonight. Experienced pros getting after it.
KD finds Jordan. Good D by Howard. Westbrook with it from the arc. It's tipped. Harden against Bazemore. Shoots off the step back. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
And Clark, when you look at the footwork of James Harden, arguably some of the best in the history of this league.
And you know, Greg, he studied the greats. I mean, he loved Ginobili's Euro step and then added it to his own game. Now he's taking that to another level, and he's the one giving out the lessons. But you're right. Got great strength, but the footwork is really outstanding.
Now LeBron following the three-point attempt by Kyrie Irving. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
You know, Howard, a physical and muscular, authoritative big guy who intimidates most nights. His physicality, very impressive.
This is his first free throw of the game.
And not the guy you want to see at the line too often. Season numbers has him in the bottom tier of the league.
And because he struggled with his free throw shooting so much last season, I thought he was hesitant at times to be aggressive. Wasn't looking to draw contact and was trying to avoid getting to the foul line.
Now here's Irving. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
Well, this is a staple, a pillar of Irving's attack. You got to be up on him or he'll pull up on a dime.
Sinks the triple.
The real come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
Harden against Bazemore. And the foul on Kent Bazemore. That's his first foul. And the Lakers with some changes. Anthony comes in for Dwight Howard. And it's Malik Monk in for Kent Bazemore. There's 31 seconds left to play here in the first. Harden gets the bucket.
Irving doing a nice job there, being creative and efficient with that beautiful assist.
Lakers have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Outside, Davis. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. For Brooklyn, they've gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Now here's Harden. For the 3. No good on that one. And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Brooklyn ahead, up 2. After this break, we'll be back with the start of the second quarter on 2K Sports. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And looking at what we've seen so far from the Nets, what do you guys think?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
They've got them rattled. It's only the first quarter, and already they've made enough big plays on defense to last really an entire game.
Now Monk. And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. Taking a look at the Lakers. They've got Anthony Davis, Trevor Ariza out there with Anthony, and there's Monk, and it's Nunn in at the point. Another miss by Harden. Harden's gone 1 of 4 from the field. Nunn against Griffin. Nunn passes to Carmelo. And it's blocked by Brown, and they'll keep possession. 6 on the shot clock. Floats it up for Davis, and it's Davis with the jam.
There's no stopping that. AD is too long and strong to bother that alley-oop.
Harden surveying the D. No good from outside. And so it's Davis. He'll bring the ball up for Los Angeles. Nunn passes to Monk. Back to Nunn. Now, here's Monk, guarded by Harden. Griffin against Anthony. Hills with the rebound. And here are the Nets. The pass to Harden over Monk. Again, the miss by Harden. The Lakers have gotten only one of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Bounce pass, Anthony. Davis, the pass to Ariza. And that one falls, coming off of Davis's feed. Ariza's got the lead up to 3 now for the Lakers.
And they're finally starting to shake off the horrible shooting slump they suffered there through the first quarter.
Mills passes to Harden. Harden missing again. And a close game so far through the first 2 quarters as we reach halftime. Lakers lead by 3. Live from Brooklyn, New York, you're watching 2K Sports. And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. Greg, you were a physical, defensive-minded player. What are your thoughts on how closely the game is called now as opposed to when you played?
It is, Kevin, and yeah, some people like the physicality of the era I played in, but, you know, I like the beauty of the game with the spacing and the freedom of movement, and I think that's one reason why you see so much switching. It's hard to fight through screens without fouling, and ball handlers have become experts at drawing contact, even if it's, you know, incidental. And I think that's just an area where the game has changed so much that that ability to play in space is so vital.
We've got Irving. Durant is out there with Harris. Then there's DeAndre Jordan. And it's Harden in at the 2. So that's the lineup for Brooklyn. Shoots. That one off the back iron and out.
Wide open, and still, surprisingly, he wasn't able to cash in.
And it's Jordan with the jam.
Would have been impossible for KD to miss his teammate there. He was wide open.
For 3, Westbrook. And that one is off. And Brooklyn will now go the other way with it. Harden up top. He's covered by Bazemore. Westbrook against Irving. Westbrook kicks to Howard. Nice ball movement here by the Lakers. Outside, Davis. Clock at 6. Third quarter of play with just over a minute and a half gone by. Off the mark with the outside fadeaway. Outside Irving. We've got 13 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. For the lead. That shot, no good. And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a tight ball game here. Lakers on top. They lead by 1. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the fourth quarter gets underway. And how about a look now at our assist to the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. So the Lakers 5 right now. Trevor Ariza out there with Marc Gasol. And it's LeBron James. Then there's Russell Westbrook. And it's Ellington in at the 2. stolen by Ariza. For three. It's hauled in by Claxton.
And you can see why he might be off on some of his attempts, getting far fewer shots today than he's accustomed to.
Jordan inside. Ariza covering. It's blocked.
And Ariza works his butt off on defense. I mean, whether he's down low or on the perimeter, he knows how to block shots.
Brooklyn trailing. Here's Irving, and it's blocked. 1 minute now into this fourth quarter. Ariza kicks to James. Pass to Gasol. And here's Westbrook from the arc. Nails the triple.
They're having a lot of trouble dealing with Russell Westbrook. He's a handful.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. They trail by 4. There's 49 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And now let's present our New Balance Player of the Game, Trevor Ariza.
And tell you what, he's worked very hard to get himself in good position throughout the course of this game. And that comes across in his shooting percentage. He's hit over half his shots from the field. And that's not because he got hot as much as it's because of the effort he put in to get himself open.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, I was able to listen in on what the Nets head coach was going over with his team. He told him this game wasn't over yet. He said, don't give up. If we make a few big plays, we're right back in this game. Stay the course. Back to you, Kevin.
And here's James. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets. He drops the first one, and that puts them up by 5.
Hey, when it comes to stat sheet stuffers, Westbrook is a stat sheet stuffer supreme. Mark that one up, guys.
And he hits both free throws here. So now it's a 6-point ball game.
Yeah, showing off a really smooth stroke there, and that will add to their lead.
Here's KD. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Boy, that's a tough take there by Durant. He gets off the shot, his finesse coming into play there, and he's able to draw the foul as a result.
He gets the first, and that brings them within 5. And so Durant nails them both.
Hard to imagine Durant not going down as one of the great scorers this league has ever seen. As a matter of fact, that's a given, folks. Dynamic, explosive, and he's consistent year in and year out.
He doesn't hit the first, and that was the one they really wanted. He's got one more, though. He's able to hit the second one, and that puts them up by 5. 30 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Can't waste any time here.
No, you need a quick bucket and then a quick foul.
Timeout called, the Nets. They're trailing by 5. We've got 28 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Six seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And again, no good by Brooklyn. And now they decide to foul intentionally.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He hits the first one, and that increases their lead to 6.
Amongst the many things that I appreciate most about LeBron James, and there are a lot, his leadership. I mean, everybody else just kind of naturally falls into place behind him because he's such a good example and a positive leader.
Guys, no real chance for them to come back now.
Yeah, I think the focus has to be on their next game at this point.
And you know the ball's going to Harden when the game's tight. Terrific at delivering and producing down the stretch.
They're going to prolong the game here with an intentional foul.
Honestly, just doing what they have to in order to get the basketball back.
That's a good foul, though. I like that. I mean, clock management crucial at this time of the game.
So the first one drops, and that puts them up by 5. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 6-point ball game. And the Nets with possession here. Carter, the pass to Brown. No good on the 3. And now we've got the intentional foul. First free throw is good, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And so both free throws are good, and it's an 8-point game. 7 seconds left here in the fourth quarter. For 3, Harris knocks down the 3.
And Harris plays with such freedom and fearlessness. He's a guy you can count on to take and make big shots.
And so Los Angeles takes the win. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really was. And Kevin, when this one was hanging in the balance late, they showed just what a tough-minded group they can be.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. So long and good night, everyone.